Republicans seem to be having a slight image problem, too. A prominent GOP activist told Facebook friends that gorillas who escaped from the zoo in North Carolina were probably Michelle's ancestors. And an aide for Tennessee Senator Diane Black sent out this email from her office computer. Now, you'll notice that it's the pictures of all the presidents. Can you find President Obama?
Oh, boy. So evil.
It's awful.
So here's the question. If you're trying to change your image, which I believe the GOP is trying to do, they're trying to find a new way to get out there and get more people in. How do you do it when, you know, a lot of folks feel that the GOP has always sort of been like a slightly
racist
party?
That's really, you know, that makes me, just being a Republican, okay, it's a sad thing that that's the image that this party has had. And things like that, which are disgusting and vile and racist and evil, do nothing more than undermine a general cause of bringing people together. And it's embarrassing. It's just flat out embarrassing that those emails come around. I'm sure people have gotten ones.
There are Democrats, not just the Republican Party. There are plenty of Democrats. These two just got caught with their sheets down. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But the Democrats have their share of racism also.
But when you hear, Joy,
it's just pervasive.
When you keep hearing, like, there was a candidate for the RNC, and he put out a CD that he sent around to all of the Republican senators called Barack the Magic Negro, and then you hear about, you know, the Barack the Waffles. You just go, you don't want me in your party. You're not trying to include me. You're not trying to include Latinos.
The things that went around during the election were hideous. People would send things to me thinking that there would be something I wanted to see for some reason, and I'd write them back, and it was not friendly. Yeah. Things like this should not be. I don't understand how either
be kicked
side.
Out of your party, these people?
I don't know how you kick someone out of your party. It's your right to be in whatever political party you choose to be in. They should just be avoided at all costs and punished in some way for what they did.
Let's ask the question, because one of the senator who this incident with the photograph, her aide, her aide sent this out. I want to make sure everybody understands that. Right. But then the question becomes, do you fire her?
Well, in this instance, I would, because when they asked her, you know, about it, she said not that she was sorry. She said she was sorry she sent the email out to the wrong people. So, you know, and I love it when you send when you send a racist email out to other friends who are also racist, it's all funny. But then when you get caught, it's, I didn't mean to offend anybody.
That's right.
You asked the question, should you be fired?
I said yes.
Indeed, she should.
Yes. She should. But you know, we've been talking, I mean, I don't know what you do about hatred and bigotry. You know, we've had in the last couple of weeks the assassination of the doctor who was doing
last week
we had
the shooting of an officer outside a recruitment office.
Who was anti-racist and anti-black. There is evil, there is bigotry, and I think you have to, you know, would you fire this girl? Yes. Would you say to this senator who compared Michelle Obama to the gorillas?
He wasn't a senator. He was an activist.
Well, what do you girls say about the following? A lot of people are accusing a lot of these right-wing pundits on certain channels on television of fanning the flames of this type of thing. Bill O'Reilly, for example, was accused of fanning the flames against this abortion doctor. He denies it. He says it's free speech and everything. Do you think that he fans the flames, or people like that?
I don't think he did in that case. Because he kept saying that this
doctor was a baby killer over and over and over again, until the guy did shoot him.
I mean, you have to understand that he has a right to believe that, especially in terms of late-term abortion, that these... that there are only, 3 states that actually legalize late-term abortion. And if this guy repeatedly... Wait a minute, hang on. That doctor did... He let women use the excuse of being emotionally distraught. Look, please do not even put that up to my statement. There's no reason to shoot anybody. I am actually pro-life of all ages, okay? Not just those in the womb.
All right.
In no way did Bill O'Reilly incite the killing of this man. The man who shot him was a man who was bleeding hatred. He bled hatred himself.
Yeah, that's the truth.
But I think when you do have, but can I answer your question about free speech? Yeah. When you can use free speech, but I think there's a responsibility with free speech. It's like when we were talking about when Sarah Palin kept saying palling around with terrorists. Right. That it was inciting a kind of an undertone that we didn't like.
But it's still okay for her to say that because we have the First Amendment. But you can't yell fire in a crowded theater. That is the caveat to the First Amendment. Absolutely. But what I just want to say one thing about late-term abortions. I was reading about this. 99.9% of those cases are because the mother will die, the baby will be severely deformed. Women don't go in their 7th month and
his
say,
case
kill
is-
this baby.
Did they- look,
That
I'm
is
not
so
gonna get into
evil
Tiller.
to
Tiller
say
is
that about
gone.
women who are so desperate and scared, and this doctor was helping them.
Bill O'Reilly has a right to his opinion about
Absolutely.
the abortions that Dr. Tiller performed
But
and the
as-
lives that were lost.
Well, then
because
he should read the research.
Those babies
He
weren't going to
needs to
become.
read the
They weren't
research.
going to
Pointed
become
out.
pencils. They were going to become a human being.
Was pointed out by Sherry. There is a responsibility, and we all are aware of it because we've all been caught up in it.
Yeah.
We're saying things, and then we have to go back and go, okay, that's
right.
not what we meant. There is a responsibility, and maybe we have to take more responsibility, as this young aide must do, specifically because last week, a man walked in full of hatred with a rifle. Into the Holocaust Museum. How dare you even have this on your computer and work in that senator's office?
On company time.
It is
Computer time.
You mean
that
the racist thing?
The aid.
The aid. That's why I said
That's
the
what I'm
aid.
saying. It's crazy.
I should be on her record for the rest of
But
her
I think people have to know that
desired
there's
career.
repercussions.
Yes.
If you're sending out these there's a repercussion. You're going to
Yeah.
get fired.
Now, speaking of
You're changing the
repercussions,
topic.
I am changing the topic because you had an interesting.
Well, it wasn't that interesting.
Yes,
it was. But it was funny.
I'm back to Bill O'Reilly.
I'm walking. Well, Bill and I have this disagreement. That's all.
I have to say that just because I hadn't said anything,
yeah.
you know, we are fond of Bill, we argue with Bill, we think,
Fine.
but I think to use the word baby killer, I wish that Bill hadn't. I
Yeah,
wish he
I
could have
think he
expressed
wishes
his
he hadn't
opinion
said it.
in a different way.
You know, but you know, the answer to bad speech is more speech, and that's what we're about here, more speech. Okay, so I'm walking up Broadway,
Right.
and I'm wearing. I don't dress like I do on the air with high heels and everything. You know, I
You look like me.
I wear. No, your stuff is expensive. I don't wear even expensive clothes. So anyway,
wear all
this
black.
guy comes up to me. And he starts, hey, Joy, I'm a big fan. There he is. This is the guy. I'm a big fan of yours. And
Took his picture?
I took his
I
picture.
says I'm a big fan, you take his
No, wait
picture?
a minute. So he's following me now, and I'm a big fan of yours, and I'm a ex-policeman.
Right.